Hello everyone, this is Luna, and I'm back with another video for Vanguard Zero. It's time for the shutdown arc to continue. He's not here yet. Whoa! Ow, ow, ow! Are you okay? Henry, is that you? What are you doing down there? Well, I got here early, so I started cleaning. You're a senior member of the club. You shouldn't be doing that. I was the most junior till you came along. So I'm used to it, thank you. The Vanguard Club at Fukuhara used to be known as one of the best teams around. But the students who are the real powerhouses aren't here anymore. In fact, Henry and I are the only two members of the club right now. Well, that sucks. Fukuhara High School, a prestigious school full of state-of-the-art facilities. It's geared towards the most elite students who wish to pursue sports alongside their studies. Given that some of the greatest card fighters started their Vanguard career here, I was looking forward to improving my skills. But quit hassling us, Henry. Wait, please. You want to play? Then why don't you just play on your own? Oh, come on. Don't you care about Fukuhara's reputation? If we wanted to play Vanguard, we'd play at a shop. Excuse me, are you in charge of the Vanguard Club here? Why do you ask? You want to become a member? I do. We'd love to have you. Your face seems familiar. Where from? Are you Shion Kiba? You're a Generation Master. Who would have believed that you'd come to us? It's like a dream come true. Oh, by the way, my name's Henry Yao, grade 11. I apologize, Henry. I'm not sure I pronounced that name correctly. I hope you'll be fine with Henry, which is a name I can pronounce, and if I couldn't, it would be very embarrassing, but I've already embarrassed myself enough. I mean, honestly, have you seen some of my English pronunciations? They're ridiculous. So he's, I believe that's his second year in high school in Japan. Yeah, I had to kind of translate that for a bit, but yeah, that translates to grade 11. Second years in high school are grade 11s here, so yeah. It's good to meet you. What was up with those guys? Out there, yeah, well, the thing is, Fukuhara's Vanguard Club may be forced to close down in the near future. We used to have some really well-known card fighters in the club, but they've all graduated now. Since then, it's been hard to attract any new members. The school used to be proud of its status as a powerhouse for Vanguard, and used it as a selling point, but not anymore. Because of the lack of interest, the school told us it was planning to shut the club down. Once word got out what few members we had, they all decided to quit. Without the club, they're going to want to use this room for something else. They'll have to get rid of all the equipment, maybe splitting it up and donating it to other clubs. And now, I need to do whatever I can to keep the club going. You in? But I thought you said the decision's already been made. It's not 100% confirmed. There's a board meeting today. They'll be discussing it there. Henry, are you okay? You look very exhausted. Why don't you go to the meeting and try to convince them? I can't do that. They'd never listen. Well, in that case, the club will be closed down. What? Wait! Alright, I'll do it. I'll go speak to them. So, as I was saying, the Vanguard Club at Fukuhara has a great history of success. So, what I think is, well, we get to the point. We don't have all day. We don't normally allow students to attend our meetings, but we made an exception because you said you had something important to tell us. Yes, I know. We want to keep the club. Henry Hayao, the board has already made its decision. So unless you've got anything else to discuss, just hear me out. Back when I was younger, I watched the famous match with Rin Suzugumori, became champion. Back when I was younger, I watched the famous match when Rin Suzugumori became champion, national champion. His opponent was Leon Soryu, who came from Team Dreadnought. The teams were level, and this match was going to be the decider. Rin started the game by replacing 4 cards in his hand. There was a risk he might not get the card he needed to ride. Here we are in the closing stage of the Vanguard National High School Tournament Final. And what's this? Fukuhara High's team captain, Rin Suzugumori, is making his move. And then the fateful ninth turn. After 5 consecutive attacks from Soryu, Rin was left with only 1 card. He used his unit skills to regroup and went all out with an attack using his trump card, Raging Form Dragon. Blocked by a complete guard, he turns the table to the limit break and won the superior ride. And with that, he became national champion. Ever since then, I've been a huge fan of the card fighters that were from here. They're the reason I chose to come to this school, so I could fight like them. If you go through with your plan to close down the Vanguard Club, I'll have to... Then you'll what? Out with it. You wouldn't quit the school over this, would you? Shion, don't! Why aren't you... I'm Shion Kiba, and I'm new here. With your permission, I would like to speak to the board. I have a proposition. Proposition? Indeed. I'm sure some of you are already aware of this, but one of the most important Vanguard tournaments is coming up. It's the Under-20 Championship. I propose we enter the tournament as the Fukuhara High School Vanguard Club. When we win the tournament, then you agree to keep the Vanguard Club going. You think you can win the Under-20? I don't know. The Vanguard Club has produced some good players in the past, but our glory days are long gone. The club has served its purpose. Even so, the Under-20 Championship is an extremely high-profile tournament. I know it's unlikely, but if we were to win, we have to recognize it'd be good for the school's reputation. Very well, Very well. I agree we postpone closing the Vanguard Club. We'll take another look at it after the Under-20. What does the board say? Is everyone in agreement on that? However, we've already arranged for another club to use the Vanguard room. So you need to move everything out by the end of the day. Is that alright? That will be fine, but then we'll need to find space for 1 table. We don't mind where it is in the school. Very well. Thank you very much, sir. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Tell me, do you really think it's possible that you could become Under-20 champions? Can we, Shion? You can count it, sir. I, Shion Kiba, give you my word. So this is going to be our new club room. We're just lucky they found somewhere for us. Yeah, I guess so. Is everything okay? Yeah, fine. I was just thinking, none of this would have happened if it hadn't been for you. I'm very grateful. It's fine, don't mention it. If you're facing a challenge, then overcome it. That's the only way, at least in my opinion. If you hadn't been up for the challenge, Henry, I would have tried to save the club on my own. You know what? If you're serious about winning the Under-20 championship, having someone like me around is only going to hold you back. Bullshit! Henry, do you know how you spoke in there? No. You've got heart and passion. And your memory is... Well, I certainly don't have that kind of memory. I mean, honestly. Don't be silly. This isn't what I was saying at all. Well, what then? Why don't you and I have a card fight? Are you kidding? Me against you, Shion? If we're going to make this club a success, we should know how each other plays. Don't you think? Well, I suppose that makes sense. Right. Promise you'll take it easy on me, Henry. And don't be nervous now. I'm only going to fight the one and only Shion Kiba. What an incredible opportunity. Now stand up, the vanguard. Defense is important. There are times when you must focus entirely on the guard. But in your case, because you'd focused on increasing the guards in your hand from the start, the only thing you had left to attack with was your vanguard. If you don't attack when you get the chance, you'll never be in a position to win the game. Now I get it. I let myself be intimidated by Shion's reputation before we even began. I assumed I was going to lose. And that is exactly how you lose. I can't think like that if I'm going to stand a chance at the Under-20 championship. Shion deserves better than that from his teammate. Now for my Generation Stride. Conquering Supreme Dragon Dragonic Vanquisher VMAX. Good for him. He's acknowledging his mistakes and revising his plan. My gut instinct about him was right. If only I could listen to my gut instincts like Shion. Because, dear God, I've actually lost card fights because of me not doing that. I've also lost duels because of that. And you will not imagine the number of other things I've lost because I wasn't listening to my gut. It sounds absurd, but it's true. A Generation Stride. Holy Dragon, Brave Lancer Dragon. I can't guard against that. You're a really strong player, Shion. Sorry I wasn't much of an opponent for you. Well, first off, the damage check, please. What's that? This is worn by the club captain. This is worn by the club captain. A badge of honor that's been passed down from captain to captain. And now I'm passing it down to you as the new leader of the Vanguard Club. I can't take this from you. You're the one who should be carrying on as captain, Henry. Huh? It was the fateful ninth turn after Leon Suryu's 5 consecutive attacks. Rin was only left with 1 card. You know that? He used skills to regroup his formation, and then attacked with his Raging Form Dragon. Blocked with a complete guard, but then he turned to the tables with a limit break, and won with his superior ride. I think he's just repeating what Henry said in there. I was impressed that someone else remembered that match in such great detail. I was also impressed because I forgot the entire I was impressed because my memory is kind of bad. But my long-term memory is actually pretty good. Shockingly good. I remembered this. I learned this. I learned about my long-term memory being good after someone died. And you may think that is depressing as hell, but as depressing as it was also a very interesting dream to have. I was impressed that someone else remembered that much. I was impressed that someone else remembered that much in such great detail. A look at the last part of the fight we just had. You managed to pull off a really impressive recovery. You deserve to wear that badge more than me. Ah, what's the matter? The under 20 needs teams of 3. There's only 2 of us. We need someone else. Don't you worry, I already know who to ask. Oh, really? I've always been a fan of Rin. Both of them. Now, you might be wondering why I was a fan of Rin. Like, what is so great about Rin Hashima? And I'm just like, what are you talking about? She radiates queen energy. What is wrong with her? I mean, sure, she is a bit, she has a strong personality, and she's not the nicest person around, but that doesn't mean she's a bad person, and that doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with liking her. Although, be prepared to be our chair if you, want to get anywhere near her. If you want to get anywhere near her. If you want to know what that means, I'm not sure if I'm going to... Is this game going to show it? I have no idea. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up for this video. And the next video, we know obviously who Shion is going after.